So today we're going to talk about exes, and everyone who personally knows me, I have a million of them. Literally, have a million of them. No, I'm not going to call them out by the little names because these little hobknockers is going to get mad at me and call my phone and my cellular device. So, I'm going to just let you know.
Sorry.
What's this? Oh, okay, good. Hey, everybody, I'm going to go get a vaccine too, by the way.
Pfizer. You're getting the Pfizer.
Pfizer? What the fuck is that?
They got Moderna, they got Pfizer, they got Johnson & Johnson, but you're getting the Pfizer.
I'm going to get Pfizer.
Yeah, man, you got your keys, so. It's not bad. I got it done. I just feel like, when you get the flu shot, your hand, your arm feel heavy.
Yeah.
That's it. Like sore.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
All right, cool. Back to the topic I was talking about. My fault. It was my beautiful mother. Me mom. Little crumbs and tay. That's another subject. But now we're talking about all these motherfuckers. Okay, I'm going to talk about a lot of scenarios, so a few of them may know that I'm talking about them, but that's life. It doesn't matter, right? Yeah. Let me shut up. I'm about a while. But, okay, it was this one. It was this one, and I really want to say their names, but I swear to Bob, I'm not. It was this one, like, I was like, I don't know, like 15, probably like, no, I'm lying. I was like in the 8th fucking grade, and she cheated on me. The way it happened though, it was just like damn, kid. Like, I was walking to her house and shit, they would see her, and it was like Valentine's Day, and I had bought her, like a teddy bear and flowers and chocolates and et cetera, et cetera. I bought some shit, and I get to like the front of her fucking porch and shit in the window, and I'm looking up, and then like I see some titties slapping the window, so I'm like, oh, this lit, like, know what I'm saying? And then like I start to notice there's a nigga behind him, and there ain't no partying, like, I'm talking about is that. So I'm looking, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then she seen me, she's like, oh, Lonzo. And then I'm just like, oh, you a fucking whore. Like, oh, I cried. I was a little young nigga and shit. Boom, got over that bitch in 2 days. So look, I moves on to this other one I'm gonna talk about now, because that was just like just the beginning of this shit. So now I'm like in high school and shit, and no, I'm lying. It's the summertime, like before freshman year. I'm like, I think I was in Virginia or some shit like that, and I ran into this friend, and we hit it off type shit on some shit like, yo, how you been type shit, blah, blah, blah. An hour led to 2, and 2 led to 3, then 4. So then we went to go kick it, you know what I'm saying? So we hit the club. I just turned like 18, you know what I mean? Yeah, I did, because, I was held back in the 3rd grade, so, yeah, I just turned 18, she was like 19 or some shit. So, out there, it's a Commonwealth state, it's cool, so I'm legal, I got my ID, I'm in there, and, we get a little drink, and then we smoking in the back, because it turns out this bitch know everybody. Turns out this motherfucker, everybody know that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, but I'm gonna get to that shit. So, I know I just have like the worst luck with like love or like with women, and people look at me and be like, oh, you look good as hell, but how? And I'm like, looks aren't everything. Looks fucking fade. You know what I'm saying? Behind all this shit, you gotta get to know the person at the end of the day. So I got to know these women. I'm not gonna call anybody by their name. These women. And this shit is just funny, like me remembering all this bullshit because it happened to me. So I'm so Taco Bell, I'm hungry. So, man, I gotta advertise you niggas. But we smoking this shit, and then like this nigga, it's cocky that nigga. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't no bitch. This nigga was cocky though. This nigga came in the room, like not the room, but in the back, in the club we was at. This motherfucker like, but this nigga like at least 6'5". You know what I'm saying? Like he tall. And I'm only like 6 foot. So I'm like Allen Iverson looking at fucking Kobe Bryant or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, what the fuck? And then, I was like, oh, yeah, what you doing with this light-skinned Chris Bryant? First of all, why everybody gotta throw that at me? Nigga, I know I am light-skinned. And I know I may look like a celebrity to you. I don't know who I like, but to me, I like Zoe. So I'm like, damn, cuz, like, I got a name. And I guess this nigga was like some big time nigga, I guess, you know, because he tried to come on my neck, and then one thing led to another, and I whooped his ass. Put it like that, I beat his ass. And then she called the cops on me. Like, everything backfired on me. And then, you know, like, bitches ain't shit. This nigga started with her. I defended myself. And then, I get, like, the cops call. Cool, so, boom, pendeja, numero dos, out the window. So, look, now, this is, like, one of my first real relationships. Because, like I said, I have, like, a million exes. I don't even consider them exes. You know, like, most of them are, like, one-night stands or, like, I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. I've been used all my life. Good dick. Beating shit up. Or some savvy shit. And money. Money. Like, they really would ask me for money. And when I go to ask them, oh, man. The shit I used to hear. Oh, you're broke. Oh, you're a bum. Oh, you don't do that. Actually, I'm paying for everything. You're the broke one. So, I mean, I guess, like, I laugh at pain so good now because when it happens more than once and you get used to this bullshit, it's just more or less like, alright, I'm gonna be alright, you know. I'm gonna be alright. You know, at the moment, you're like, no! What the fuck? And then, you know, like, if you're so, it's like 3 weeks from now, you're like, yeah, it's not so funny anymore. So then, you know, it was this girl that I was messing with, and, you know, we was fucking around. And, you know, I'm lying, it wasn't a real relationship. It was like, I wanted her, but she wanted someone else, and he wanted someone else. It was like that, you know what I'm saying? But then, when I hit it, the other nigga, poof, he just disappeared out of her mind. She was like, damn, like, okay, like, I'm gonna notice you. And then, you know, I mean, this is before I was tied loose like this, too. So it was like, in the era I was coming up in, you either had game or you was a lame, nigga. Like, you either was swinging or you either was Peter Piper, pick a pepper, pick a plum, or you was meaning your ass. Meaning you were exposed. Meaning there was a thing back in the day called the whole page. So you was on that motherfucker. Yo, speaking of that shit, I heard that all my exes, I'm not gonna say no names, but they know who they is. I'm talking about from like, back. Yo, this shit, I just wish I knew, bro. That's the funny part, like, yeah, they all got together and they was at a table and they was discussing their body counts. And then they was discussing, like, you know, who you fucked, who was this, who that. And they got to the topic, like, who was the best. So one girl was like, Zoe. And then, I mean, they all know, like, you know, about each other, obviously. But, and the other one was like, nah, that nigga, you know what I mean? And then they just all start agreeing, like, yeah, like, I agree. He was, like, the best out of, you know, all the other lames. Like I said, either you was Peter Parker picker, or you, I was the Peter Parker picker, I was that mother. And then, you know, actually, this one actually worked out in my favor, you know? Like, this was the first time in life women got together and agreed that I was that nigga.